Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Benga Side of Thoughts, and where God help us to grow and to flourish in Him. And you're welcome to another edition once again. And I believe that in our subsequent edition, God is in infinite mercy have been helping us to understand His path and His words, and He's also giving us the privilege to grow in Him. Today we'll be looking at future glory. God has things and plans for us to have glory that could, glorify Himself and to make us to be happy in life. The Bible says, "I know the thought I have towards you. It's not the thought of evil, but of good, to give you a future and also a hope." So God had promised a promising future for every child of God who trusts and rely on Him. But the truth is that before you can attain that glory, you will not go without a fight. Everybody that God has created on earth that will attain that glory, you have to fight to ensure that glory come into manifestation. And you see, we have seen several people on this earth whom has a lot of glory, who has an impact, who fulfilled purpose. And one of them is Nelson Mandela. One day they asked him, "Nelson Mandela, you are one of the greatest men that have ever existed on earth. How come? How did you do it?" He said, he said, and I quote, "I'm considered one of the greatest men on earth. I have power and influence on earth. But the Mandela you are seeing now is made, not by now, was made at the beginning of the patchy road to greatness." That is to say, that before he could attain what he attained on earth, it's as a result of what the situation, the failure, the disappointment he experienced during the early days of his life. Those experiences, failures, were one of the things that came together that made him what he is today. So some of you that are listening to me right now, you are facing some things or the other. You are having issues whatsoever that is taking your heart away. In fact, most times you have even considered committing suicide as a result of that situation. What God is saying to you right now, that situation is propelling you for a future glory. The Bible says, "Christ in you, the hope of glory." So any situation you find yourself right now, whether you are owing debt, whether you have issues with the other, whether issues at home, issues with your children, issues at work, whatsoever, whether you have debts, numerous debts, owing landlords, owing things or the other, what God is saying that suicide is not an option. Those things that you're experiencing now, they are propelling you for your future glory. When the glory starts manifesting, you will remember that those things is just pushing you to attain destiny. We also have a man who experienced issues on earth, and one of such man is Joseph. You see, the experiences of Joseph on earth is not a palatable experience. And one of that experience, he was betrayed by his family members. He was betrayed in the prison. He was betrayed by people. He was sold as slaves. He went to the prison. He passed through all sorts of things or the other. But at the end of the day, he attained that destination. As a matter of fact, those things that he experienced in life pushed him to the attainment of destiny. You see, the disappointment you are experiencing right now is tempting you, is pushing you to that future glory. The pains you are experiencing right now is pushing you to that painful glory, that promising future. All of the great men that we see, Adeboye's great men, Bill Gates, great men, Olukoya, great men, all of them has the same similar problems you are experiencing right now. But at the end of the day, God pushed their glory into manifestation because they never gave up. Steve Jobs, who was poor at the beginning of his life, but he started making it at the age of 60 years. This is what God could do. And at the beginning of his life, he was struggling with life. But when it gets to a time where God really want to make men to attain destiny, he does not look at years, he does not look at age. So all of you too that are listening to me right now, we are passing through so many things whatsoever. We are passing through one thing or the other, but God is saying to us, he has a plan for you. That plan is to give you hope and future. In that hope and future will come, things must occur. And those things that will occur will be the one that will shape your future and shape that destiny. Little wonder you are experiencing these things now. Any man that carries glory, any man that carries greatness on earth must have difficulties and failures in life. That failures and difficulties that they experience at the beginning of their lives will be the one that will prepare them for the future's glory. Every man has a story to tell. Every man on earth, every woman on earth has the dark part of their lives. Every successful man have the dark part of their lives. And during that their dark part, people will not notice it. They only notice the glory. So people might not be seeing you now. People that ought to help you might not be seeing you now. Your brother in abroad might not be seeing you. That rich brother, that rich sister might not be seeing you now. But when God will bring you out to the limelight, it will come that like it dreams to you. When God turns the captivity of Zion, it looks to them that they dream dreams. So always remember this as I go. God in his infinite mercy has a particular destination he's heading your life to. And before you can attain that destination, you will pass through some patchy roads to that destination. That patchy road is not to destroy you. It's not for you to commit suicide. It's tempting you towards your final destination. You will laugh because that pain will not last long. Your greatness still awaits you. God bless you. And this is another edition of Bring That Side of Thoughts. God bless you.